Hey guys, Worggy here. Today I'd like to just make this video regarding hacking in the DBD community. I'm a longtime player. I've been playing DBD for many years, off and on. I do only have 2 hours. 2,000 hours, sorry about that. But here as of late, I can honestly say that I've never had a hacker in a game that was noticeable until here recently. And here as of late, I have done my streams, and my last 2 streams I've had hackers. One of the games even held my game hostage for over an hour, which is the one that you're currently looking at on stream. I noticed it right off the bat. The hacker was standing right on top of the killer chuck. He wasn't even trying to hide the fact he was hacking, and it even came to my stream after the fact. But that's neither here or there. The point I'm trying to make is that a lot of your larger streamers have made videos because they get targeted heavily. But this isn't even targeting big streamers heavily. I'm a extremely small streamer, and I've been getting I wouldn't say targeted, but I've been getting lots of hackers. I had thought that originally that this was mainly geared towards larger streamers to get exposure to their hacking programs and shit like that. But it's not. They'll literally do this to anyone. There was no reason for this hacker to particularly do it to me. Like I said, I'm a small streamer. It serves absolutely no purpose. He's not getting any benefit out of it. I have absolutely no idea why someone would play this way, but hey, to each their own, I guess. But the point I'm trying to make is that DBD has to do something more. One thing I think behavior should do right off the bat, and I know this has a pros and con for doing it, and that is removing the debuff for leaving your game. That will stack. So if you leave your game, it will eventually get so high that it's equivalent to a ban, and you've done nothing wrong. So I think they should remove the debuff for leaving a game, and that would be a temporary band-aid. At least the people that are getting hackers in the game have the option of leaving without any kind of penalty. Currently, if you keep leaving, I don't know if there's a cap to it. I've heard people saying that you can get banned for at least 24 hours, up to 24 hours, because it stacks. But something's got to give. Again, I am not a developer, not trying to act like a developer. Something else that needs to happen is make it where these servers can't go for 2 hours, which is currently how long they can actually keep your game hostage for. I think realistically 30 minutes is a good marker. Maybe slightly longer. I can't imagine a game going for much longer and people staying in it. So if they were just to remove the 2 hour marker and put it down to 30 minutes, most of my games are like probably 12 to 20 minutes. I can't think of any game that I've been in for 30 fucking minutes. And then next thing, and this requires more time and more developing power than anything, and that is they need to come up with a detection program that's better. Simple as that. What they currently have is not doing the trick. And I know we're talking about a big time developer versus behavior, but like World of Warcraft has a program called Warden, and they did a post here recently saying that they've banned 50,000 people this year. That's not that much. I'm not sure if that number was supposed to be impressive, but anyone that's played any decent sized game, all that does is indicate that they've done very little before that, if anything. 50,000 accounts in an entire year, not quite an entire year, but close, is not very many accounts. And again, I realize that we're comparing World of Warcraft, an extremely large game, or at least used to be, versus DBD, which is also a large game in its own right, but nothing in comparison to World of Warcraft. And every quarter they're banning just thousands and thousands and thousands of accounts for hacking and using cheats and stuff. They need something similar. Now, obviously, I don't know what Behavior's financial capabilities are, but I'm sure a company like Blizzard probably spent millions developing Warden, which is the program that they use. That might be beyond their means, but something has to happen, or they're going to chase all the decent players away from this game. And I absolutely love this game, and I don't ever plan on leaving this game until they shut the servers down. So, if they don't want the game to die, they've got to do something on their end. And I don't know if that post that they had made was if that was them going, hey, we are doing stuff. If that's all they're doing, more has to happen. It's as simple as that. More has to happen. What they're doing is not sufficient, and they're killing their own game. And as many other streamers have mentioned in many videos here recently about hacking, they need to make it where these servers have like a fail-safe system where if something that really shouldn't be possible is happening on the server goes, okay, well, that they're not even close to you, so you couldn't have hit them, or there's some sort of checking system on the server end. Again, we're probably talking about programming that might be beyond the game's means. Just to be quite blunt, I don't feel like this game was ever intended to be the size it is. This was a very low-end game, if anyone's played since the start. I started this game pretty much from the start, and it's come a long ways. But in the end of the day, how a game is developed could be a big factor in what that game's capabilities are as far as stuff like this. I have no fucking clue. I'm not a developer, and I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I am. All I do know is that something has to happen, and I literally do not even care what it is, but they've got to stop the hacking, or it's gonna run rampant to the point where it literally chases players off. I think they have an outstanding game. I have very few complaints. I am a killer main, and I never plan on playing Survivor. I don't enjoy Survivor, but to each their own. That's not the point in the video. The point is that they're gonna I think more often than not, this affects killers more, because they have the capability of just completely locking the game up for 2 hours. I suppose that probably could happen to the Survivor side as well, with the killer just running around kicking gens or some shit like that. Don't know. I can't speak on Survivor side because I play it so seldom. But if they don't stop this, it's literally going to kill off the entire game, and all they're going to be left with is a bunch of hackers. And I can tell you, just from the last few days, I've never had any problems with hackers. I'm sure I've had them, but they were so subtle that I didn't even notice them. I've never been super competitive. I just enjoy playing the game. Win or lose, I still have fun. I don't let losses get to me. But when you have literally no chance in hell to win the game, just like this game that we're watching right now, I went and opened the door for them, hoping that they would just leave, because I knew what was about to happen. In fact, they even say it in the stream that I'm going to open the gates and hopefully they just leave because I have a feeling that they're about to try to take my game hostage. And that's exactly what happened. And when that happens, it's one of the most unfun experiences you can have. I mean, what I ended up having to do was switch over to my other account and stream a little bit of it on the other account. The hacker was even in my damn stream. And again, I'm an extremely small streamer, so I have absolutely no idea what fun or enjoyment this guy got from doing this. And there's literally no limitation to what these people can do. Like right there, he hooked himself. Like he hooked himself. He was on top of the killer shack. I downed him at one point. Then he just goes running around while on the ground at like Mach 3. Like if they're playing killer or something, they can literally hit you at range. Like you could be a Billy and have huntress hatchets, for example. There's really no limitation to what these guys can do, and you have no chance. And see, that's what they do right there. As you can see, that guy's floating up in the air. You can't hit him, and this is the point where he literally takes my game completely hostage, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But that's the only point I'm trying to make, guys, is that I really hope behavior takes note of all these hacker videos that's happening. This is definitely not new. And like I said, I'm sure I've had hackers before. I've just never personally had this amount. The last 2 streams, I've had one every stream. And I'm fully aware that a lot of your larger streamers get them far more often. But I feel like this is even targeting smaller streamers. We already know it's targeting the larger streamers. There's just no escaping these people, and even the people that don't stream. You guys are still just as easily acceptable to this as anyone else. And so I really just hope that behavior takes note and actually is doing something about this. And I really like them just to communicate, hey, we are working on this. And, you know, they don't necessarily have to go into all the greater details of what they're trying to do, but just give the community something that they can grasp hold of, going, okay, there is light at the end of this tunnel. I just got to, you know, power through this, and eventually, you know, help is on its way. And I feel like right now, in the current state of the game, that removing the debuff for leaving a game, at least that would give the streamers and everyone else, not just streamers, the option to be able to get out of the game and not have to worry about the debuff. Now, the obvious thing here is that it allows people that aren't being affected by a streamer, a hacker, to do the same thing. So obviously there would be an increase in DCs. Personally, I'd rather deal with people DCing, which I realize is super unfun, than having to set in a empty game like I'm doing on stream right now for up to 2 hours. That's insane. And so I just really hope that they do take notice of everything that's going on and they do something about it. But like I said earlier, they did make a post about the various ways they catch hackers, the amount of hackers they've caught this year, the amount of hackers they've caught since the life of the game, which, for the record, 200,000 is extremely low for a game this age. Which, you know, obviously is a clear indication that they've done very little up until the last few years, probably. And we need something soon, which is why I brought up removing the timer for leaving a game. I can't think of anything else that is a temporary band-aid that would really help much beyond that. But alright, guys, that's really all I had for this video. This is more of just a video of trying to do what a lot of the other streamers are doing and just bringing this current problem to light. I really do hope that behavior does something, and by something, I mean really, really soon. They need at least something within the next couple of weeks to build. Like I said, I think my suggestion of just leaving the game debuff is a temporary band-aid. That buys you a little more time to be able to actually develop something, do something that we're not currently doing, because this problem is a serious, serious issue that has gotten 10 times worse than it has been in the past. And I don't feel like this problem is going to be going anywhere anytime soon. And all I can say is that I hope they do something soon. And I guess time will tell, and we will see. But until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.